My daughter asked Santa for a baby brother, and on Christmas morning, something answered. But it wasn't Santa, and what crawled out of that fireplace wasn't human. This happened last Christmas. My family doesn't celebrate anymore. We can't. My name is Rebecca, mother of one, was married, lived in a picture-perfect colonial in Vermont. You know the type. White fence, big yard, and a brick fireplace that ran floor to ceiling in the living room. That fireplace is why we bought the house. Emma, my daughter, she was 6 then, she was obsessed with that fireplace. Not because it was pretty, because she was convinced that's how Santa would come. "Mommy," she'd say every night in December, "you have to leave the flue open. Santa needs to get in." My husband Mark thought it was adorable. I did too. We should have listened to what she said next. 3 weeks before Christmas, Emma started leaving notes by the fireplace. Not letters to Santa, letters for Santa. "Dear Santa, I've been very good. I only want one thing, a baby brother. His name should be Nicholas. Please bring him on Christmas Eve. Thank you. Love, Emma." Standard kid stuff, right? Except she wrote a new letter every single night. Same words, exact same words. 21 letters, identical, lined up on the hearth like soldiers. "Emma, honey," I said on December 15th, "you only need to write to Santa once." She looked at me with these empty eyes, not scared, not confused, empty. "He didn't answer yet, Mommy. I have to keep asking until he answers." "How will you know he answered?" "I'll hear him in the chimney December 20th, 5 days before Christmas." I was doing dishes around 10 p.m. Mark was putting Emma to bed. The house was quiet except for the normal creaks and settling sounds. Then I heard it, scratching from inside the chimney. Not birds, not squirrels. This was deliberate, slow, like nails on brick, dragging downward. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Then it stopped. I stood there, soapy water dripping from my hands, staring at that fireplace. Nothing. "You're being crazy, Rebecca," I told myself. "It's an animal. Call someone in the morning." But when I walked over to check the flue, to make sure it was closed, I saw something that made my stomach drop. The flue was open. I knew I'd closed it after our last fire in November. I was obsessive about it. Carbon monoxide, you know. And there, in the ash at the bottom of the fireplace, footprints. small ones, maybe the size of a child's foot, but wrong. The toes were too long, too many of them. "Mark," I called upstairs, "did you open the flue?" "What? No, why would I?" I grabbed my phone, turned on the flashlight, and shined it up the chimney. 2 eyes reflected back at me, yellow, unblinking. Then they were gone. I stumbled backward, dropped my phone. When I picked it up and looked again, nothing, just brick and darkness. Mark came downstairs. I was shaking. I told him what I saw. He looked up the chimney with a flashlight, saw nothing, and suggested we call animal control in the morning. "Probably a raccoon," he said. "They can be creepy looking." But raccoon eyes are reflective silver, not yellow. And raccoons don't leave footprints with 6 toes. I closed the flue, locked it with the damper clamp. We went to bed. 3:33 a.m. I woke to Emma standing next to my bed. "Mommy," he answered. "What?" "Emma, go back to bed." Santa answered. "He's in the chimney. He said yes." My blood went cold. "Emma, what did he say yes to?" "He's bringing Nicholas on Christmas Eve. He promised." She walked back to her room like she was sleepwalking. I didn't sleep the rest of that night. I lay there, listening. At 4:17 a.m., I heard it again, scraping from inside the chimney. But this time, breathing, deep, raspy, like something big forcing air through a space too small for it. December 21st through 23rd were a blur. The scratching came every night, always between 3 and 5 a.m. Mark never heard it. He slept through everything. But Emma heard it. I know she did, because she'd smile in the morning. "He's getting ready, Mommy. Nicholas is coming." I called a chimney sweep. He came out on the 23rd, looked up and down, found nothing. "Chimney's clear, ma'am. No animals, no blockage. You sure you heard something?" The way he looked at me, like I was crazy, like I was a hysterical woman hearing things. But that night, I stayed up, sat in front of the fireplace with a baseball bat and my phone recording. At 3:47 a.m., it started, scraping, then tapping, rhythmic, like fingers drumming on brick. Then a voice, "Nicholas, coming. Emma, good girl." It was coming from inside the chimney. I grabbed my phone. The recording picked up nothing, just static. But I heard it, clear as day. Christmas Eve. Ready, December 24th. I wanted to leave, pack up Emma, go to a hotel, anywhere. But Mark wouldn't hear it. Rebecca, you're exhausted. You're imagining things. It's stress. It's Christmas Eve. Emma's excited. We're not ruining her Christmas because you heard raccoons. He didn't believe me. Nobody would believe me. So we stayed. Emma was vibrating with excitement all day. She kept checking the fireplace, making sure the flue was open. Emma, we need to close that, I said. No, she screamed. Actually screamed. Santa can't come if it's closed. Nicholas can't come. Mark gave me a look. The look. The don't upset her on Christmas look. So I left it open. We put Emma to bed at 8 p.m. She went without resistance, a huge smile on her face. Tomorrow I'll have a brother, she whispered. Santa promised. Mark fell asleep on the couch around 10 p.m. Football game still playing. I couldn't sleep. I sat in the armchair facing the fireplace, lights off, just the glow from the TV, waiting. 11:47 p.m. The fire, the one we didn't light, suddenly roared to life. Flames shot up from the hearth, bright green and blue, chemical colors that fire shouldn't be. The TV shut off. The house went silent. And from up in the chimney, I heard something climbing down. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Nails on brick. Getting closer. Getting louder. I couldn't move. Couldn't scream. Couldn't wake Mark. Something was coming down that chimney. The fire turned black. Not smoke, the flames turned black, sucking in light instead of giving it. And then I saw it. Hands emerged first from the darkness of the fireplace. Pale, too long, fingers bent at wrong angles, nails black and thick like hooves. Then arms, thin, stretched, covered in something between fur and ash. Then a head. Oh God, the head. It was wearing a Santa hat, red and white with a bell on top. But the face underneath, imagine a deer skull, but wrong. Eye sockets too big, filled with those yellow eyes. Jaw too long, hanging open, filled with teeth like broken glass. And antlers, small ones, growing from the temples, wrapped in Christmas lights that flickered with the same wrong-colored flames. It pulled itself out of the fireplace and stood 7 feet tall, impossibly thin, wearing tattered red fabric that might have been a Santa suit centuries ago. And in its arms, it was holding something, wrapped in a blanket, a bundle. The thing tilted its head at me, joints cracking like breaking branches, and spoke in a voice that sounded like screaming heard underwater. "Emma, good girl," asked, gave. It held out the bundle toward me. "Nicholas, here, take." The bundle moved. Something inside it made a sound. Not a baby's cry, something else. Wet, clicking. That's when Mark woke up. He turned on the lamp, and the thing was gone. Just gone. The fireplace was normal. No fire, no creature, no bundle. Just me, standing in the middle of the room, screaming. Mark grabbed me, asking what was wrong, checking me for injuries. And then we heard Emma's door open. She came down the stairs in her nightgown, holding her favorite stuffed rabbit. But she wasn't alone. Behind her, holding her hand, was a boy, maybe 7 years old, pale, wearing old-fashioned pajamas like from the 1950s. He was smiling. Emma was smiling. "Mommy, Daddy, look, Nicholas came. Santa brought him." The boy waved at us. His wave was wrong. His hand bent backward at the wrist, and his eyes, yellow. Mark saw him too. We both did. The boy, Nicholas, he was there. Physical. Real. He spoke. "Hello, Mommy. Hello, Daddy. Thank you for letting me come home." His voice sounded normal, but there was an echo underneath. Something else speaking with him. Emma hugged him. "This is my brother. Santa brought him." We stood there, frozen. What do you do? How do you tell your daughter that what she's hugging isn't human? "Emma," I whispered, "Sweetie, come here." "No, Nicholas just got here." The boy, the thing, looked at me with those yellow eyes and smiled wider. "Don't worry, Mommy. I'll be very good. Emma asked for me. Santa gave her what she wanted. I'm part of the family now." That was was last Christmas. It's been a year. Nicholas is still here. He goes to school. He has friends. Teachers love him. Neighbors think he's Emma's cousin who came to live with us. He eats dinner with us. He sleeps in the guest room we converted to his bedroom. He looks normal in photos, acts normal in public, but at night, at 3:33 a.m. exactly, I hear him in the hallway, walking wrong, joints clicking, breathing that raspy underwater breathing. And sometimes I catch him looking at me with those eyes when he thinks I'm not watching. Mark doesn't remember that night clearly anymore. He thinks Nicholas is a foster child we took in. His memories changed, rewrote themselves. Mine didn't. I remember. Emma loves her brother. She's so happy. And Nicholas, he keeps his promise. He's very good. 3 nights ago, I went downstairs for water. Nicholas was standing in front of the fireplace, back to me, swaying slightly. "Nicholas?" I whispered. He turned his head, just his head, body staying facing the fireplace, 180 degrees. "Yes, Mommy?" "What are you doing?" "Listening. Emma's been very good again this year. She's writing letters." "Letters?" He smiled, that too wide smile. "She wants a baby sister now. She's been asking every night." My blood turned to ice. "Santa always answers good children, Mommy. You know that." He turned back to the fireplace. "She's naming her Carol. We'll be a family of 5 soon. Won't that be nice?" It's December 12th now. 13 days until Christmas Eve. I found Emma's letters this morning. 21 of them, identical, lined up on the hearth. "Dear Santa, I've been very good. I only want one thing, a baby sister. Her name should be Carol. Please bring her on Christmas Eve. Thank you. Love, Emma." And last night, at 3:33 a.m., I heard it again, scraping in the chimney, something climbing down. But this time, I heard 2 sets of hands, 2 things scraping their way down. Nicholas heard it too. I know because I heard him leave his room and stand in the hallway outside our door, listening. And then he giggled. 12 more days until Christmas Eve. If you have a fireplace, if your children have been writing letters to Santa, if you hear scratching in your chimney at 3 a.m., don't open the flue. Don't let them answer. Because Santa always gives good children what they ask for. But what delivers those gifts isn't Santa. And what they bring, you can never send back. Merry Christmas.